Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Last video of the day. Hope you're doing good. And today we're going to be talking about something a little bit more dark and sinister, and again, that caused Biden. This has just been a Biden fucking free day, I guess. My God, with a little bit of cultural stuff mixed in. Let's get right into it and kind of see what I'm talking about here. A semi-truck driver of deadliest migrant smuggling event in U.S. history found high on meth faces death penalty, authorities. Probably as he should. In the aftermath of the deadliest migrant smuggling event on the U.S.-Mexico border in American history that took the lives of 53 Mexican and Central American citizens in San Antonio, Texas, on Monday, the driver of the semi-truck could face life in prison or the death penalty if convicted. This is a horror that surpasses anything we've experienced before, San Antonio Mayor Ron Nierberg said, according to the Associated Press, and is sadly a preventable tragedy. I agree. For the most part, is that Biden opened the borders and now people are coming in droves. There's more sex trafficking. There's more child trafficking. There's more human trafficking. There's all kinds of trafficking that's been increased immensely. Thousands upon thousands of people are being smuggled into the U.S., and this is just one of the cases here. The fact of the matter is that Biden's policies have created this issue. When you have an open border, this is what happens. And we cannot be allowing this type of stuff to be going. This is the reason why we have closed borders and why we regulate who comes in and who doesn't, because we don't want some type of predator or evil person coming into our states and causing all kinds of mayhem. And also closed borders prevents tragedies like this from happening, guys. Anybody that wanted open borders, this is the actual cause of it. This is the damage that open borders cause. It doesn't just, here's the thing, it doesn't just affect me or you or the country in itself, but it also affects people that are traveling here in a very negative way. And I don't think anybody wants to know what the tragedies or the horrors that is happening at the border, because it may actually just make people incredibly nauseous. There's a guy that kind of does a report on it, and I don't even know if I want to deal with it because it's just so disturbing in every way possible. Authorities said Homero Zamaro Jr. transported 64 illegal immigrants across the southern border and allegedly was very high on meth. The Daily Mail reported authorities and said Zamaro hid in the nearby bushes after attempting to escape. Zamorano, originally from Brownsville, Texas, lives in Pasadena, Texas, a Houston suburb, authorities said. 6 months before the tragedy earlier this week in San Antonio, Zamorano and his estranged wife, Jennifer Duncan, separated, the New York Post report. "I'm in shock," Duncan told the New York Post. "I mean, I just don't even know what to say about it. I knew he wouldn't do anything if he knew it was going to harm anybody." Duncan called Zamorano a good man who goes out of his way to help anybody and everybody. Authorities charged 3 other men who were also found at the scene, where a tractor-trailer truck first went through a border patrol checkpoint in northeast of Laredo on Interstate 35 on Monday. Authorities arrested Christian Martinez, 28, on Tuesday in Palestine, Texas, charged with 1 count of conspiracy to transport illegal aliens resulting in death. Court documents show through a search warrant on Martinez's cell phone that he and Zamorano were in contact regarding the smuggling event. Martinez faces up to life in prison. Oh God, sorry, I apologize. Or could face a death penalty if convicted. Also arrested in the smuggling event were Mexican citizens Juan Claudio de Luna Mendez, 23, and Juan Francisco de Luna Bilbao, 48, who allegedly entered the U.S. illegally and were charged by criminal complaint with 1 count of possession of a weapon by an illegal immigrant. If convicted, both convicts face up to 10 years in prison. Homeland Security investigation and the San Antonio Police Department responded to the human smuggling scene after receiving 911 calls from nearby citizens. Police said they discovered multiple individuals inside the tractor trailer and on the ground in nearby brush, many of whom were already dead or incapacitated. Homeland Security authorities confirmed that 48 individuals at the scene were deceased, including 22 Mexicans, 7 Guatemalans, 2 Hondurans, and 17 other illegal immigrants from an unknown origin. According to the Associated Press, Ruben Menotti, Mexico's consul general in San Antonio, said several survivors were in critical condition with injuries such as brain damage and internal bleeding. 5 illegal immigrants died at a nearby hospital after authorities transported 16 of the 64 illegal immigrants found in or around the semi-truck. With the temperature reaching 100 degrees, some were dealing with heat-related illnesses. The Associated Press reported San Antonio Fire Chief Charles Hood said that those taken to the hospital were hot to the touch and dehydrated without water found in the trailer. They were suffering from heat stroke and exhaustion, Hood said. It was a refrigerated tractor trailer, but there was no visible working AC unit on that rig. Hood told Q11 on Monday, "We're not supposed to open up a truck and see stacks of bodies." President Biden called the deaths horrifying and heartbreaking, the Associated Press reported. Yeah, but Biden, you caused this. You caused this. You're not going to get away with this, by the way. You have so much death on your hands that is absolutely disgusting. So much death. Even the ones from Afghanistan, which is... it horrifies me from that whole situation. And the fact that you're horrified and heartbreaking, yeah, you caused this. You're the direct cause of these issues. You're the cause of these deaths. You freaking monster. Exploiting vulnerable individuals for profit is shameful, as is political grandstanding around tragedy. And my administration will continue to do everything possible to stop human smugglers and traffickers from taking advantage of people who are seeking to enter the United States between ports of entry, Biden said in a statement. But you won't! Because you have to close the border, and you won't do that. Your policies. You would have to get rid of your policies, but you won't do that because you don't care. You never cared. You even show that you don't care about the American people with your freaking gas prices and your energy policies. It's disgusting. I have never met such a I cannot stand a more hated person than him. I absolutely despise this man. I despise him so much. I despise him more than some even the Democrats that we have in office. Like, yeah, some of the Democrats we have in office are terrible and evil, right? They're terrible people. But he just neglects all kinds of accountability to himself. He doesn't do accountability. Any type of accountability is redirected to Putin, or to Ukraine war, or to the Republicans, or God, his trophy, fucking Trump. That's where he directs his issues to. The issues are his accountability to all his issues, and it is his fault. He caused these problems. I don't care what you say. People can say he's a good man, but no. The fact that he can't be a good man if he's causing these freaking problems. It's so sickening, man. So sickening. Craig Larberry, acting special agent in charge of Homeland Security investigation in San Antonio, said, according to the Associated Press, South Texas has been the busiest area for illegal border crossings. I'm not surprised at all. Texas is very, very close to Mexico, so it's obviously an easy place to go to smuggle in illegals. He added that U.S. authorities discovered trucks with migrants inside pretty close daily, which is even more horrifying. Laura Bright said illegal immigrants pay anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 for transportation across the border. Then, after packing into a tractor trailer and hitching a ride to San Antonio, he said the smugglers transferred them to smaller vehicles for their final destination across the United States. It's so sickening, man. It's so fucking sickening. Like, I can't deal. I cannot deal with the actual tragedy that happens so much at the border. And you know what? It's like, I understand them wanting to come here. This is a great freaking country. It really is. It's like we give so many opportunities to people here. Why do we have it's like, people are going to say, oh, this country's bad or whatever. Then why are so many people paying so much money just to come here? Yeah, it's a really bad country if so many people want to come, right? But it makes me sick because all the kids that are being sex trafficked, by the way, and all the people are being, trafficked and killed or whatever. It's just like, it makes me sick, and I want to fix the problem, but I know the policies of Biden is not going to fix the problem. It's just so sickening. It's heartbreaking. It's disgusting. And I would not, I cannot fathom that. And I'm hoping that even the illegals, like, I don't want them to die. I don't want them to not live. I want them to come to this country legally. Please, come legally. I don't want to see this tragedy at all. It's just so sickening, man. And it makes me honestly just sick that this is happening. And it's all thanks to Biden. All thanks to Biden. It's sick, and I really wanted to stop. And yes, the man that did do the smuggling event, he should face the death penalty, 100%. 53 people are dead because of him, and he deserves the utmost death penalty imaginable. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and take care.